Hey, everybody, and welcome to Sunday Mass. In nomine Padre, et Filii, Spiritus Sancti. It is Sunday, May 4th in the year 2025. How are you all this morning? Sorry about the early edition. It's just I have to go to confirmation today. So it's a big family outing on Paul's side of the family, and it's not in New York City. So thanks, everybody, for joining me a little bit earlier today. And let's get started with the show. Who's in at number one? It's Dave Fahrenheit 451. Shocking. He's back. He's back. The incredible, incomparable Dave Fahrenheit 451. Ken Furby's here as well, and he says, hello, everyone. Hello, Dirk. Dave, this is crazy early. Congrats, man. I thought I'd done it, but I didn't. Story of my life. I want to tell you all a story about my life. The funny thing is that he says, I don't think Scotty Love has ever been Basher of the Day. And, I don't know off the top of my head if that is true. I was thinking about that, and then I went in here and I looked to see if I see a Basher of the Day from Scotty Love. And you know what? I don't. I don't see it. I see Lord H, who's a Scot as well, but that's as far as it goes. I don't see anything else. Oh, don't do it. Don't tell me. Please don't tell me you're going to do this to me again. I thought Oh, brother. Let's just give it a second. I open up one stupid thing and it does this. All right, let's see. It's getting tiresome, I know. But relief is on the way, I promise you all. Relief is on the way, and the only way for me to combat this right now is to quit this. Be right back. And let's see if that works. I thought I tested everything this morning. I changed all my wires. The new computer was ordered. Everything's coming. This is just I'm sorry. It's beyond my control. I thought I did everything this morning. I've got nothing else running. I've got the air conditioning on. Uh, I guess she's just dead. What can I tell you? Anyway, I don't think Scotty Love has been bashed for the day. He hasn't. He's going to get a special song. I know exactly what it's going to be. And thank you so much, Dave Fahrenheit 451. You're the best. Ken Furby, I did wait. I did notice after I posted the thumbnail last night that everybody was holding off, or whomever gets in there quickly, the Dave Fahrenheit 451s of the world. I did notice that there was a tremendous pause. So that was nice of you to try to do that. Anyway, Andrew Olkowicz, Canadian, $5, 11 a.m. on Sunday. Okay, I'll be there or be square. Guess it's coffee till past noon. I got up at 9 and I had like a double espresso, and I actually had I was lazy, so I used the espresso pods, and I used Trader Joe's coffee, and it wired me like I've been at Studio 54 all weekend. What are you going to do? Let's give you a big bang boom for that, the Andrew Wolkowicz gong. Let's hope that doesn't throw off everything. I went to open up a folder on my desktop, which shows all the songs that I have, and that's what did it this time. Just doesn't want me to do stuff. Soon, soon, soon it shall come. Soon, soon, soon it shall come. Thank you so much, beautiful Andrew Welkwich. Ken Furby, Dave, thanks. Never at my sharpest on Sunday. Nobody is. Scotty Love, he says, at Dave, I graciously accept your hand-me-down, but don't think for a second that I'm not going to continue my nightly knight's quest to conquer the king. Yes, I lost again, but 'tis a flesh wound. The incomparable Mr. Kevin Landon. Can we talk about Kevin Landon for a second? Can we? Kevin Landon sent me an early birthday gift. My birthday's not till next month. Kevin Landon, upvoted number 4 for Sunday Mass. Best wishes to Dirk and all the Bashers. Thanks to the early start, I will catch it live despite working today. Upvote and subscribe. It's right down there. Sorry about the glitches that we have here. What's going on here? Am I backwards today? Is it really acting stupid? What the hell? I don't know. I give up. I don't give up. I'm just going to get out. Anyway, I got an incredibly lovely note from the incomparable Kevin Landon today. And he wrote, happy birthday, Dirk. That's next month. I hope you have a great time on your special day. This is an early present just in case your trip to Italy starts before it's not. It's the end of the summer, but, too much to do. I picked up a little something, and it's made in Italy. So it celebrates its history. I hope that you will enjoy it. And I want to show you what he got me, because this is just the Bashers. That's a beautiful box. He got me a fountain pen, and I don't have a fountain pen. Now, my father-in-law and Paul, they collect pens. They've over the years. Of course, Carolyn Martin is an incredible pen maker, and we've given those away, and they're beautiful. So this, I will show you, and it's blue, so is it going to get messed up? It's not really. This beautiful, it is, look at this beautiful thing. It is absolutely gorgeous, and it's a fountain pen. And it is a fountain pen. Well, look at that, because it's blue. You got to just see the color. I'll post pictures on my Instagram. It is got the Colosseum in Rome on it, and it is a beautiful writing instrument. Absolutely gorgeous. Can I get my face out of the way so you can see? Oh, that's not blue. It's a beautiful blue marbleized pen. What I could do is, what I'm going to do? I'm just going to turn off my virtual background for a minute. Ready for this? Boom. Did I just freeze myself by doing that? Oh, man. I see what's happening now. No likey. There you go. Now you see it. Look at this beautiful pen. Kevin, you are the sweetest guy in the entire world. Look at this thing. Look at that. It is absolutely gorgeous. And he gave me an inkwell with some ink and also some cartridges to get it started. You are the master of the universe. I cannot thank you enough for your beauty and your kindness. And what a very, very nice early birthday gift from one of the best bashers in the whole wide world in this beautiful box. I will cherish this, and I will learn how. I have the handwriting of a surgeon, so, and I don't mean that in a good way. I mean, I write like a doctor. No one could ever make out what doctors write. And I went to Catholic school, so it makes no sense whatsoever. But thank you for that, and I will practice writing with this beautiful instrument. And you are a blessing, an absolute blessing. Thank you so much, so much. They call him Scotty Love. I'll catch the replay. My beer league hockey season starts tomorrow. Bash on friendos and be excellent to each other. Blackheart. Thank you, kind sir. And you'll have a song coming your way because you've never had it before. He drives me crazy. I want to give. Well, I'm not going to say that line. I'm going to have to change that one. Renaissance. Life is short. Break the rules. Forgive quickly. Kiss slowly. Love truly, laugh uncontrollably, and never regret anything that made you smile. Indeed. Is there anything worse than somebody who doesn't know how to kiss? I mean, it's the deal breaker of all deal breakers. Don't you think so? It's funny. Blah! You ever see people like I've said this on the show before that I hate these gratuitous, love-making scenes that they have in movies, and I always say that love-making when I want to annoy my friends and my family because it's so abhorrent to hear it. I always say that to my friend John. Chuck, if you're watching, you'll get a kick out of this. I go, and he'll answer the hello. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, John. Did I disturb you and Karen and your love making? It's horrifying. Nobody wants to do that. But now in movies, it's like people, this is just, everybody's got a French kiss in movies now. It's grotesque. Don't do that. Do the old Hollywood kiss. We don't need that. Then fade to black. We don't need any of this gratuitous stuff. There's Pornhub if you want to watch nasty stuff. Renaissance thumbnail. Feliz Papa. Did I miss the smoke you did? You know what I watched last night? Well, Paul's friend who lives in Greece came over with his wife and child, who we've had never met, and we've stayed in his house in Greece when I went over there to play. We after the gig was over and we were done with Athens, we went to a place called Vouliagmeni, and it's a beautiful part of Athens, kind of fancy. And so we did that, and then when I got home, I turned on the YouTube, and there was the construction of the chimneys for the conclave. Now, I would have thought, or I never knew, that chimney that we see, for the white smoke, black smoke, and then a funny point was brought up, is installed every time that there's a conclave. I did not know that. I thought that chimney, that stove, that fireplace, whatever it is that they burn, and they use a certain chemical to make the smoke white or make the smoke black, depending on decisions not being made or being made. I always thought that it was there and it was ancient and they just maintain it. No, they were installing an entire new one. I don't know if they're just replacing the one that was there, it had holes in it, or there was a problem. But, they're in the Sistine Chapel. So maybe the chimney, the smokestack exists, but they have to chamber it to go to the Sistine Chapel, because they do it right there. It's one of the most famous tourist places in the world where you go and you cast your vote. Well, we go and we see the art, of course, Michelangelo. But they go there, and it's closed off to the public during the conclave, and they sit in there. They're sequestered in there. They have to make a decision. Now, they choose their ballots, and then they do it from in there, and they put this stuff in the stove, and then the smoke comes out. I didn't know that they had to install it every time there's a conclave. And I watched the whole process, and it was very, very interesting. Or not. Dean says, Dave, Fahrenheit 451, depends on what you are waiting for. A bus, UK, long wait. Ray, I only decked it looking at this. It's been a Catholic church all this time. It has been, except for that one guy. Passion is one great force that unleashes creativity, because if you're passionate about something, then you're more willing to take risks. This is a very interesting example that you say that, and I can only say that from my particular milieu, which is music. And we talk about, I watched this show called As It Should Be. It's a YouTube channel, and it's this guy named Paul, and he's got a very long Italian last name, and he's there with another guy and this really great woman. And she comes from more of the soul funk side, but she loves rock too. And this other guy's younger, and the other guy's about my age. And they rate albums and music. And they were talking about, they're rating the best Elton John records. Now, I'm a very, very, very big fan. I have all of his records. I am missing a couple, and they're sadly the later ones, like Wonderful Crazy Night. I don't have that. And he's got a new one that, they reissued, or they issued, I should say. He made a record when he first got his record deal, and they scrapped it, and then he went in and made he made Empty Sky, and then nobody cared, and he did the Friends soundtrack, and nobody cared, and then he made this thing, and they scrapped it, and then he made the Elton John record, and of course Your Song was on there, etc., etc. But they were rating his records, and they noted that Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, which is arguably his magnum opus, was his 7th record. So holy crap, here's a guy who's still very, very young. Now, the other difference is, back in the day, artists made 2 records a year. So if it was 1974, you'd have one in January or February, and then you'd have one in September or November. Nowadays, it takes 3 to 5 years for anybody to put a freaking record out. Meanwhile, they're all doing it on their laptops anyway. Doesn't make any sense. There was a lot more a product being put out by one artist back in the day, and they had to go into the studio and get a producer, and it was all done on tape. It was a much harder and more expensive process. But it took 7 albums for Elton John to achieve the supposed crowning. And I would concur that it is his best record, because there is not a song on that record that I think is not worthy of being on it. It is a complete, and it's a double album. If you're an Elton John fan, which most people tend to be, either fervent or casual. Most people like Elton John's work. I think there's a little bit of something for everybody in what Elton does. This one has, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. It has Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding. It has Benny and the Jets on it. It has Harmony. Oh, God, one of the greatest songs ever. But it's also got these other songs that a lot of people don't know. Gray Seal, The Song Has No Title, The Ballad of Danny Bailey. It's an immersive, amazing record where he's at the height of his superpowers. And the point that they made was, how many artists out there got dropped before they got to make that album? Like, had those first 3 records that he made, which didn't do very well, if he could have gotten dropped, and then he would have never made Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy. He never would have made Caribou, and he never would have made Tumbleweed Connection or Don't Shoot Me, I'm Just a Piano Player. I mean, and Yellow Brick Road. It makes you wonder, and I've said this before on the show, I'm amazed at, like, if some farmer in the middle of nowhere, if somebody had given him the opportunity, or if he ever came across a piano in his life, maybe he would have been the greatest pianist in the world, or singer, or harpist, or whatever. There's some kind of sonic, cosmic kismet that happens when people find their vocation, and it's amazing to me. And Elton John was passionate, and he took a lot of risks. And there's so many other songs on that record. Candle in the Wind, I forgot that one. I mean, that's one of the biggest songs ever. There's one song on there I don't love. It's called Jamaica Jerk Off, and it's just a reggae song, but I just don't enjoy reggae music. It's probably a great song. I always skip it because I just don't. But I know all the words. All the ladies and the gentlemen can be as rude as they like. I know it. It's like climbing a staircase. I'm at the top of the staircase. I look behind me and I see the steps. That's where I was. That's life. Do you ever pause in the middle of the street, or in the middle of washing the dishes, or some menial task, and think about, oh, wow, I remember what I was doing 15 or 20 years ago? Sometimes I'll take a mental snapshot, and I've got about 10 of them that I can go back to. My brother and I opened up a deli in 1994 in Queens, and I remember taking my first bus ride to get back to my hometown, which is Jamaica, New York, where it was. Well, technically it was Flushing. And I remember stopping at the bus stop and putting my hand on this oak tree and say, okay, the band had just broken up, and I'm going to have a regular job, and my brother and I are going to start this endeavor together. And I remember that tree, and I was like, what's in the future? And that was 1994. But I do that a lot. A conclave of the Bashers. Well, yes. Isn't it always a conclave of the Bashers? Every Sunday. Melly C, happy Sunday, Father Dirk, and all the Bashers. May the 4th be with you. And also to you, my darling. May the 4th be with you. For those of you who celebrate Star Wars Day. I kind of gave up on Star Wars a while back. Of course, I love the first 3, Empire Strikes Back being my favorite. I think it's everybody's favorite. I didn't hate the prequels. I didn't hate the Phantom Menace as much as everybody else does. I just thought, George. And then the newer ones, I kind of liked them. I didn't like the Last Jedi. I don't know what it is. It didn't feel Star Wars to me. That seems to be everybody's favorite one, and I don't know. I like J.J. Abrams. Can I just admit that? I like what he does. I like his Mission Impossible movie. I like that Super 8 movie that he made. That was really good. I think he's Spielbergian, so I think he's Lucasian. I think he's got that other guy that people. I didn't love it. And the last one, The Rise of Skywalker, which everybody seemed to hate, I liked it. But I really liked Rogue One, and I really did not like the Mandalorian. I liked the one with McGregor. Owen McGregor. I liked that the best. I liked it. Dave Fahrenheit 451 says, Melly C, may 4th guide you safely into Cinco de Mayo. As Cinco de Mayo used to be a day I dreaded because I was a bartender in a Mexican restaurant for 25 years. And it was pandemonium. And I'm not talking about bar pandemonium like you think a bar could be busy. This was busy beyond, this was Grand Central Station busy, because this restaurant that I worked in occupied the entire floor of a giant building. And on both sides of the restaurant were giant patios, giant outdoor space. So imagine there were two sides to the restaurant. One side was called Mexico, one side was called Texas. You were allowed to walk through the kitchen, which was in the center, and border guards used to take you across, and it was very cute. But we would have 5,000 people descend on us on Cinco de Mayo. And I would have to, as I did for many years, I would have to prepare all the limes, blend all the strawberries for strawberry margaritas. Basically, frozen strawberries would come in, and I would put them in a big trough, and I'd use a hand blender. It was so much prep, but it was such pandemonium to serve them. And this is mostly because I'm out of there 5 years. I started there in 96, 7, and it was cash. So there was a lot of cash. It wasn't just tap. There was none of that stuff existed. People weren't even paying with credit cards back. And we made a lot more money when people paid with cash, to be fair. Back in the day, bar patrons, when they had to have actual money on them, they'd leave you more money. Nowadays, these girls, they just tap and they walk away. And tipping is a thing in the United States of America in bars. It's just because servers don't get paid a living wage. That's just the way it's always been. You can hate it. You can like it. Tough shit. It's just the way it goes. It's not going away anytime soon. Look, I refuse to. Well, you're taking food out of their kids' mouths. If you're going to come to America, you have to tip. That's just you have to tip. You can disagree with it all you want. That's just the way it works, because tipped employees make anywhere from $2 to $5 an hour. And their money, their livelihood is entirely based on tips. Now, having said that, I'm not in that business anymore. And when you're in the service industry, and we're over tippers, we over tip everybody, especially if we get their story or they do a great job. But I'll be honest with you that if I go to a place that has very lackluster or service that is just completely ignored or everything's goofed up, if I see something get goofed up in an honest way, I totally get it. It can happen to anybody. But if I see somebody who's just super not interested or busy on their phone or not paying attention to the table or not taking your order correctly and not fixing it right away, then I will tip them accordingly. And I won't tip them the 15 to 20% for a crap job, because at the end of the day, you're there for the experience, not just the food. The food is a big part of it, but the experience is part of it too. You can have the best food in the whole wide world, and you can have a server who completely ruins your experience. And that's just the way it works in these United States, and it's just the way it is. What are you going to do? Mart is here, who did a nice civic job for his fellow people. He moved to a community that has a lot of canals, and they're working on the restoration of some canals. So upvoted Sunday Mass is here again. Sunday Mass is here again. The skies above are clear again. Thank you so much, Mart, and the beautiful Bronson. Hi, baby. And thank you for being civic-minded. It's important to be a part of your community. Forgive me, Father, but I will have to watch later. Galway versus Mayo. All right, well, that's fine. You do that. Hey, Carlos Paggy, great to have you in the room. Hey, Basharoonies, hey to you. Hey, Carlos. Alejandro, Dirk, hello, everyone. Ready for morning mass. Hello, Alejandro. Great to have you in the room, buddy. Dean, ordered a new Mac Mini 16. Oh, is that what you got? I didn't get a 16 gig. You ordered that? He says Dirk ordered a new Apple Mac Mini M4 16 gigabyte 512 wireless keyboard and mouse. I did not order that. I ordered a mini M4 24 gig with a 256 because I'm replacing that hard drive with a 2 terabyte drive because I already bought that. these great third-party companies that make RAM and they make memory. Finally, for the first time in forever, Apple has created a computer where guys like me can swap out the hard drive, and it's a pretty easy procedure. Like I was telling Oisin last night, we could do that in our sleep because we've taken apart zillions of computers. I mean, you want to see the inside of a MacBook? That's the inside of a MacBook. But this is just junk. This is all battery. This is battery. There's a hard drive there. Now that's replaceable. And it's now this new Mac Mini is going to be great because it's going to do exactly what I want, and I need at least 2 terabytes internally. I have 8 terabytes behind the computer, but yeah, so I didn't order that, but that's what I got. Dirk's getting glitchy with it. Yeah, I ordered it. It's gonna be by the weekend. This should all be sorted out. I haven't picked out a monitor yet because I have to get a new monitor. I haven't picked one out yet. I think I'm gonna get one of those little curved ones, or maybe I'll just get something for the time being. I don't know. Andy M, good day to you, Father Dirk. Wishing you and yours only good things. We're always wishing only good things from the incomparable Mr. Andy M. Thank you, buddy. Where's the only good things? Where is it? Only good things. Where is it? Practice what you preach. Where is it? Did it get moved? I think I moved it to make it easier, and look, I made it harder on myself. Only good things, the incomparable Andy M. Thanks, buddy boy. Thank you so much for that kindness. Where were we? And DM says, hello to Dino and Robbinsbird. Hi, darling. Happy Sunday. Dirk and the Bashers. My YouTube has been glitchy all morning. No, it's probably me. Probably me. The coffee doesn't stop till 8 p.m. in Florida. I mean, I drink coffee all day long. I'm absolutely out of my mind. But you know what? I really feel like I was dancing with Bianca Jagger at Studio 54. That Trader Joe's coffee must have a lot of... I was lazy. I didn't feel like grinding and stuff. I feel it right now, which is nuts. Dean says, hey, Carlos. And I don't know about that, Robbinsbird. I think it was more me than anything. Hey, Dirk, love the new Joya fountain pen. It is gorgeous. Can you believe that pen? Absolutely beautiful. What a sweetheart of a guy. Everybody, I'm going to give you a big bang boom for that. I'm going to give you a monster boom for that because you were thinking of my birthday a month out. You're a beautiful man, Kevin. Thank you very much. Very nice. You need to iron your blue screen. Now, that's the beauty of not ironing it. You don't need to because you can't see it here. But if I do that, look at that. Artifacty. Also, the green screen, like Oisin said, I'm running crazy studio lights. I've got green screen. I've got external drives and this computer. So, when I goofed with the green screen, you see how mad my computer got? Don't push too hard when you write. Yeah, that I was told about. Dirk, you are very welcome. It's a Stipula Gladiator with a fine nib. You are a fine nib, my Kevin Landon friend of mine. What a beautiful human being you are, and I cannot wait to start writing with that thing. Unfortunately, right after the show today, I got to suit up and go to Jersey for a confirmation, so I won't get a chance to goof around with it today, but I can't wait. That just seems like such a lifelong pen that you would carry with you everywhere to just make it, make it important. And I am so grateful to you. Thank you, Kevin Landon. Carlos Paggi. Hey, Dino. Carlos, the time we get to the end of messages time is close the show. Carlos, the time we get to the end of the messages show is time to close the show. No, we're going to do Gallery of Bashtards. We don't have a whole lot of Gallery of Bashtards, so if you want, you can send me pictures to basherdirk@gmail.com. That's basherdirk@gmail.com. See, I opened up mail, and my computer got mad. And now it's leveled out. Yeah, it's definitely the machine. I've tried it. I've tried to figure out every single thing out. Absolutely. Oh, wow. Somebody commented on my ranking the Elton John records because I said there's an Elton John record that I think is absolutely incredible. I don't have it available for me to pull out right now, but it's called Songs from the West Coast, and I believe it came out in 2000 and 2001, and it's a real return to form for Elton and Bernie. It's got that swampy kind of tumbleweed connection, honky chateau vibe. This Train Don't Stop There Anymore, I Want Love, American Triangle, Look Ma, No Hands, and The Emperor's New Clothes. The album is incredible. It is very, very, very bone dry. It was like, better not lie in your bed on your horses in that upstairs apartment on Orlando and Fourth. It's so dry. Just piano, and there's like no reverb or anything. And that's off-putting to some people, especially when you think about Elton John records from the 70s, which are pretty wet. The 70s was a pretty wet decade for wet. By wet, I mean reverb and delay and stuff. Records were wetter. And then in the 90s, everything got super duper. Black hole sun, won't you come? It's the Cher effect. Everybody sounded like Cher. You could do any song as Cher. Black hole sun, won't you come? They all sound like that. Horrible stuff indeed. Okay, where am I? I see the whole Johnson and basketballs on Netflix now. I don't know what that means. I guess you're speaking to the crowd. I have no idea what that means. Dean says, I have Pornhub in 4K. Do you need that in 4K? I think Andrew recommended that. I think Andrew is more of a fantasist. I don't think Andrew relies on filmed pornography for titillation. I think Andrew is more of a storyteller, and I think he relies on memory and writing. And having been the recipient of many, many, many essays from Andrew, I can tell you that he is a very, very astute writer, creative, enthralling. I think he's more pen than boob tube. Just saying. That's what I think. Can you imagine an Irish Pope might be interesting? I mean, who's more Catholic, the Italians or the Irish? Pick one. Nowadays, it's arguable that people in South America are probably the most Catholic. Argentinians, Brazilians, Colombians. But for the most part, because the Irish don't really give a shit anymore, I've never seen people leave a religion en masse as much as the Irish. I don't know very many modern Irish people who are practicing Catholics. They might go through the motions, but not really practicing. None of them. I mean, I'm not a practicing Catholic, but I still consider myself a Catholic. I don't think the O'Malleys, other than Jer, any of them consider themselves Catholic anymore. I don't think so. I could be wrong. Do you identify as Catholic? I just think that, questions were asked, actions were questioned, things like that, Internet critiques are way off too. What is this Johnson and basketballs? What does that mean, Johnson and basketball? Crocodile Rock. Well, that was on an earlier record, sure. Alejandro says, that's for sure. Elton John is sure enjoying his wealth now. I mean, that guy, holy crap, put in a lot of stuff. Hey, can you cross over to Mexico and give Table 5 their drinks and apps? Well, I'll tell you how it would really work. Most of the time, you worked in one room. I would have shifts in both Mexico and Texas. And I started, the lesser people would start, the lesser folks, servers, would start out in Mexico because it was more of a fine dining room. The other place was the whorehouse. And then as you got your sea legs and you were able to really bang it out, you would get moved over to the Texas bar, which was where people were doing the drinking, which is the other place was white tablecloths and the other one was paper. And that's how it's gone now. Closed this year, January 4th. Sad. Bar staff also made better money when people could smoke 1,000,000%. The day the smoking ban went into effect, we all made less than 50% of what our earnings were before. And this is not a condoning of the habit, but what this basically is people would come to the bar, they'd throw their money on the bar, there'd be ashtrays everywhere, and people would stay there. They wouldn't keep going out for a fag run. And then a lot of people started skipping out on their checks. Oh, we're just going out for a smoke. And then they would never come back. The first year or two, the restaurants in New York City lost a lot of money because people were skipping out on their checks. And then it got to the point where we actually had to take people's credit cards, not only at the bar, but at the tables too. We wouldn't do it in the fine dining part of the restaurant, but we would do it in the bar section. If there were tables at the bar, we would take them. And that's a shame that people just took advantage of that. But people would stay all night. People would just stay all night. They'd stay till close. We were open later. We were open. It's a restaurant, so we stay open till 11:30, 12 o'clock on Friday nights, maybe 1 o'clock. But back in the day, it could go as long as it wanted because people didn't want to leave the bar. They just didn't want to. Panel Power coming back for you. Zhao Jingtong takes the opening session of the World Snooker Championship final 7-1 against Mark Williams. That's snooker different from billiards? I don't know. Don't know the difference. There will always be some six-fingered farmhand who is faster. He will hesitate. He will take a breath. He will blink. I won't. It is not about being faster. It is about being willing. Wow. I'd read that book. Felt guilty. I'll watch the second. I'll feel that. You can do what you want. Dean, I ordered missed. Oh, you ordered one. Hey, great. I went with the 24 gig over the 16. I mean, it's a very attractive offer for $5.99 to get the entry level one. But I have, doing my due diligence and talking to all the people that got one. Most people, Dino, regret getting the 16. Not that it doesn't do the job. It does. But if you're doing any kind of music or video or editing or stuff like that, the 24 gives you a lot more extra wiggle room that you don't ever see. And it's very hard to choke these M4s, apparently. I've never worked on one. What I did was I went into the Apple store and I opened up Photoshop and Final Cut Pro and Logic Pro, and I opened up all these things and I started messing around with as many things as I could. And I'll tell you the truth, I wasn't able to choke the 16 nor the 24. So who knows? And also the drive that I ordered, because I'm replacing the hard drive, it's actually got faster specs than the one that Apple gives you. So we'll see. I should be great. I've always been willing. Favorite quote from the shootist. Yeah, I've always been. Oh, that's where that's from. Oh, that's great. My workstation has 128 gigs of RAM. Yeah, well, if you're working on graphics and things like that, the most I've ever had on the machine is this one. This is a 2015 iMac. It's loaded to the max with as fast as stuff, but it's old. It's over. Dirk, I don't need 24 gigabytes. Do not do editing, just spending. Oh, there you go. Yeah, and then you don't need it at all. It's the biggest bang for anybody's buck in the history of computing, the Mac Mini. What you get for that thing, for that price, is just, I mean, it's nuts. It's faster than all the old Xeons and all of that. Apple Silicon, it's pretty crazy. So many of my favorite songs of Elton's were never hits. Love all of them. Like what? I'm curious too. Which, like, one of my favorite songs is The Ballad of Danny Bailey. That was never a single. Gray Seal. This song has not to. These are all on Yellow Brick Road, by the way. But I love Tonight from Blue Moves. Yeah, me too. I mean, he's got so many great songs. So many great songs. Kevin Landon, the clip is a gladius that is the sword that ruled the world. Yeah, I noticed that it's got a sword on it. And none of the other one. I went on the website and I looked around with the that ruled the world with for the Roman Empire. Amazing. I saw that too. It's the only one that has that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ray, it's Sunday, you know. You performed in 2 porn movies. Oh, Jesus. Because I was cast as the husband who left work before the pizza boy arrived. It's Sunday, Ray. Aaron O'Malley, I got struck off the Catholic registry. Lots of hoops to jump through, but generally an easy process. Yeah, like your story is probably the one I knew the least. You know, I don't know. I'm still kind of stuck in that imbroglio to some degree. Not much difference between the 16 and 24 option. The big difference is between the Pro. I disagree, mon frere. If you are, there's actually no reason for a guy like me who does live streaming, lots of tracks on audio and video. It's an incredible difference. Everybody I know who is in my world that got the 16 traded it in and got the 24. The Pro, it's so much more expensive, and it's only faster in really technically with all the benchmarks that I've seen in the single core. But the multi-core scores are all pretty high. But real world, I don't think anybody needs to go more than that But if that's what you're doing on there, you're going to be amazed by it. It's going to be perfect for you. You know what's really crazy is like those Apple screens. Apple's got to go to straight to hell with what they want for screens. I mean, look, there's no reason to buy an Apple screen because they're so prohibitively expensive. Well, you could buy something for a tenth of that. That's probably just as good. I was looking at them; it was like $1,500 for a screen. I have an Apple Cinema display here that I've had for 15 years. It's the old Cinema display. It's just a 1080p screen, and it's fine. This is a 5K screen. Have I ever noticed 5K on it? Not really. Not really. I don't know. And also, when you're a computer guy, when you're a computer nerd, we're whores, RAM whores, clock speed whores. We overclock processors and do stupid stuff like that. I do architectural 3D renders, so it's a workhorse. Yeah, you would need that for what you're doing, 100%. Do I use Logic Pro? I do. I am a Logic guy. I've been a Logic guy since before Apple owned it, when it was a company called eMagic from Germany, and it was called Notator when I bought it. I walked into the local music store when digital was kind of coming up. It's before Pro Tools, I think, even existed. And I think I had the choice between Steinberg Cubase and this thing called Notator, and I went with Notator because it was just, I just liked the way the interface looked, and I was working on Windows, and it used a dongle. It used a serial port dongle, and I had that for a long time. I actually have that computer down here right now. It is a 286 processor, Sony Vaio with a Yamaha interface for MIDI and for audio. And that thing probably cost me about $4,000 or $5,000 back in the day. I bought a hard drive. I think it was 20 gigabytes SCSI drive, and that cost me $1,000 back in the day. But that's what stuff costs. But yes, I'm a Logic Pro guy. I've never worked in Pro Tools. I've worked on projects that engineers did Pro Tools on. My solo record was recorded in Logic. It was mixed in drums were recorded in Pro Tools because I had Adrian Moore done from Mr. North play drums on that album, and then it was mixed in DP, Digital Performer. I don't know how to operate any of those, but Logic, I've been a Logic Pro for a long time. You know, Dirk, you need the problem then? All systems say I don't. And plus, I already bought the hard drive for the regular one. So apparently, you don't. Everybody I know, I'm the last guy in my world, the music world, the video world, that have switched over to the Mini. So I've had a lot of beta testers tell me what to do and what not to do real world computing. So I am putting it on the LG C2 OLED. Oh, that's very cool. That's a smart idea. I don't have the room for something like that, but that's cool. I'm not going to lie. I would recommend 32 gigs or more for Logic. It's so memory. Yeah, but the difference between this new system with the M4 processor on Logic is that it shares the memory with the processing cores. It doesn't have proprietary memory per se. It does and it doesn't. They share it. It's a new kind of computing architecture. I've got 32 gigs in this thing, and it made a hell of a difference. But that's in the Intel world. I think it's different. It's a different thing now, you know. I graduated from GarageBand to Logic Pro. Yeah, well, I've never. I mean, I guess it was bundled with iLife back in the day. I don't think I ever opened it because I was already a Logic guy, and that became basically baby Logic. I think it's gone now. Is GarageBand still around? I don't even know. But yeah, I've been a Logic guy since the beginning, and you know it's really going to be great. I'm 3 operating systems behind because this thing can't go any further. I'll get the new version of Logic because I haven't seen what they've been able to do in the last couple of iterations. I have no idea at all. You know, GarageBand comes free. It used to only come with iLife. Do you remember iLife, Alejandro? iLife was you'd get GarageBand, you'd get a couple of iWork, a couple of other kind of a different version of iPhoto. Oh no, iPhoto was involved in it, and it was separate, and you had to pay for it back in the day. Apple bundles their computers with some very, very nice software. I mean, who else does that? Listen, I have a lot of problems with modern day Apple and Tim Cook and all that stuff. When Steve was at the helm, it was kind of a really cool cult to be a part of, and the culture was pretty great for nerdy guys like me that like to take computers apart. Steve was very cool about making sure that things were upgradable and fixable and lasted a long time. And I think that Tim Cook, I think that that guy just basically doesn't care. I really don't think he cares. Alejandro, I don't. Yeah, well, I go way back in the day, my friend. But I never worked on anything but OS 10. I switched over from the Windows world when OS 10 came out. So I've never worked with Apple before, like OS 9 or 8. I never did it. So I've always had like one of the big cats. The second I got it, I went, oh wow, I get it now. Amazing, absolutely incredible. I get it. I really get it. Now, before that, I just thought that Apple was a cult of a bunch of douchey people, and obviously I was wrong. Anyway, it's time for the Gallery of Bastards. Will you get mad at me? Don't get mad at me. The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots, the sublimely absurd. The Gallery of Bastards. You share them with me, and I share with the world. Yeah, I thought I'd show you this. Also, what Apple charges for upgrades, like if you want a bigger hard drive, Apple will give you like this 16, and that'll be great, but they'll give you a 256, and then you got to pay an extra $200 for that. So I'll show you what I got here. I'll just show you a copy of the receipt, not receipt, but so for $300, I got the M4 SSD, and it's 2 terabytes right here, and basically what this thing is. Can I go to the website? Let's see. Will it do that? Okay, hold on. I'll show you. This is what you can get now. I got a couple of minutes. I can show you. For the Mac Mini people out there, this is a company called M4 SSD, and you can get a 4 or an 8 gig for the Pro, or you can get a 1 or 2 for the regular one. So I got the 2 terabyte because that's all I really need, because I've got 2 terabytes in this machine, and that's the story. And there it goes. You see that? I need some terabytes. I need something, because this is getting stupid. God damn it. Let's start off with the incomparable Julian. Oh, thank God, some art and some beauty to look at instead of this techno mumbo jumbo. Ladies and gentlemen, gorgeous. I need color, I need art, I need texture, I need style. Beautiful. Thank you, Julian. Outrageous. That's cool. Was that a Mercedes? We don't have saloons in the United States anymore. You guys still have them. We used to call them station wagons. And in Europe, especially in the UK, you still have this model called a saloon. We don't have them. And I really like them. And that's beautiful. Look at him looking over the top. Oof. The patina of a floodlight. And it looks like you're at the base of a church there, Maestro. Oh, wow. See, like this kind of stuff, because it's photography, but it looks backwards because that 100 looks backwards. I mean, there's some trickery going on with our dear Julian. Some serious trickery going on. Wow. Yeah, he's playing with the surreal here. He's playing with our brains and our vision, our cerebral cortex. I love this. This is so beautiful. First of all, I don't know do you know what's the name of those leaves of those mid-century modern 1950s office plants? Whenever you see an office in the 1950s, they would always have the leaves, the tall plant with the big, crazy looking leaves. What are those called? Because they're amazing. Beautiful. Joe says, not sure why we call them estate cars. Okay. Interesting. I always see them on the website. It's Audi Saloon. Dino, let me know what kind of plant that is, because I love them. I love the leaves on them. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, wow. Look at this craziness. There's a lot of welcome to the grand illusion. A lot of illusions in today's pack. Beautiful, Julian. Thank you so much. Thank you. The third one was the one that Alejandro, like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's amazing. Julian he's elephant ears, right? But what's the name of the plant though, Melly? See, gorgeous, Julian. Thank you, a million thank yous for your art and your beauty. So grateful, Melly C. May the 4th be with you, Bashers. This is great. Thanks, Melly C. It's always fun to cheer up. She drives me crazy. May the 4th be with you. I'm surprised Gene Simmons didn't try to copyright that and steal it away from them. We've got some super loom from our very own Dean. Oh my God. It's a monstera plant. Huh? Interesting. I love them. Oh, look at this. So Paul's friend who came in from Greece last night has a Radiomere. I love these. I mean, this is the best loom in the business. It's pancake dial. I love it. I mean, it's a gigantic luminous disc underneath that with cutouts. It's so sick. Such a beautiful watch, man. I love these. Looks sick on you, by the way, bro. Look at that. Look at that, man. Oof. I mean, the loom on Panerai is just unbelievable. Crazy town. Look at that thing. Wow. I love Panerai. Always did, always will. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Unbelievable. The sandwich style, the pancake style. I like pancake better. Big crown, looking good. That's a beast, my friend. An absolute beast. Comparable Dino. That's some serious Panerai action, monsieur. Amazing. Melly C. Sunday Mass. Eminem madness. Smoking Mindy madness. Yeah, nobody's got better loom than Panerai. No, it's just not happening for anybody. Oh, hello, darling. You look so sweet and so kind. The beautiful, beautiful Mindy. Hello, honey. Are you enjoying your new chair? Oh, you look playful today. She looks super playful. You devil lady. She's just a devil woman with evil on her mind. She's just a devil woman. Hello, honey pie. Oh, and then look at him. Full sun Mork. That looks like what I'd like to be doing right now instead of going to New Jersey. Just, Sunday, you just want to kind of just stay in bed. I'm listening to this new book. It's about Mars, a Mars expedition. I don't even know the name of it. Somebody recommended it. It's kind of scary. Oh, look at you. I feel like being Mork right now. Sometimes I just like to, I'm all audiobooks now. So I'm like a 3-year-old. I like story time. I want to be Mork. I want to be Mork today. I want to stay. You look beautiful, baby. Look at them. Mork and Mindy madness. Mork and Mindy madness. Look at you, beautiful lady. Thank you, Melly C and Andy M. It's always fun to get up to the adventures of Mork and Mindy. Oh, Snoopy says. What does Snoopy say today, Melly C? Wishing you a beautiful and happy Sunday. May our Lord place his loving arms around you, shower you with blessings, and keep you protected throughout today and every day. Amen. Amen. I don't know if Lucy feels that way about Sally, but there's another thing there. What is that? Oh, no, I didn't see that. Hold on. One moment, please, for an operator can assist you. Strong people stand up for themselves, but stronger people stand up for others. Indeed, I've never seen them in this kind of caricature before. Very cute, and that's very true. Stand up for other people, especially people that don't have a voice or people whose voices are shut down. Hey, look at this. Ready for this? I got some pictures from Tobster McDonkey. You ready for this? Just got them now. How great is this? It's been a long time since we rock and rolled. We have differences of opinions on politics, and I'm fine with it. But, I want to keep that to a minimum. Look at this cool citizen. Very cool. He's got a great watch collection, as you know. He gave me my Seiko, which I love, and I wear it all the time. As a matter of fact, I'm going to wear it today. I'm wearing a Seiko right now. I'm wearing my field watch. But I think that's a great idea. Look at that. Nice. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. Very cool shots. Thanks, Tobster. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Panel Power coming back for you. Panel Power. Where are you? Oh, looking at Pat's a Panerai Day. It's Panerai Sunday. That, my friends, is absolutely exquisite. Jesus. I think Panerai might have the most beautiful hue of gold out of any of the brands. It's gorgeous. Wow, look at that. And I love the word radiomere too. It's so cool, isn't it? Radiomere. Look at that thing. Oof. I got to try on the handsome and delightful James M's 10-day, and you know what? I could pull it off, and I was like, ooh, look at me with Panerai. I liked it. I liked it way too much. Beautiful shots, man. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Thanks so much. We love that Panerai. Panerai is a great watch to play. Hey, it's Drew. Oh, Drewby Doo. Where are you? We're gonna catch that K now. Look at this. You guys want to see happiness? What a perfect way to end Sunday Mass. It's 11:59. Look at this. You ready for this? Happiness is our K just being a lazy Sunday cat, having a big ass yawn in her super comfy hammock in her house of love after she was left for dead on a street from some scumbag evil bastard that broke her leg. However they did it, I don't care. And then the angels came down. Drew and Heather and Andrew came and brought, look at this. If there's anything in this entire world that will give us cause for hope, that is to see our beautiful Kay having a lazing on a Sunday afternoon. Look at her hair's growing back. It's almost back. Look at it. She's got a little bit left to go on the pile. And she now doesn't remember, hopefully, what her life was before she had the Drewby Doo, Heather and Andrew family, and all of her other beautiful kitty cats that she has integrated so well with. I don't think there's absolutely anything I've ever seen better for a Sunday. That, my friends, is worth the biggest bang boom in the whole wide world. And for that, we're going to go with the biggest one I've got, because you're such a tremendous human being, and I'm so grateful for it. Let's go. Oh, there's one more. Oh, it's from Villeneuve. Hey, man. Let's take a look. Hold on. You snuck in there at the last minute, but I'm gonna play K on the way out though, because that's the way it's got to go. Look at you with your beautiful babies and your beautiful apartment. Your furniture and aesthetics are gorgeous. Can I just say I love all those neutrals and rusts? Beautiful. Oh, look at your beautiful babies. Oh, gorgeous. Look at that plant. That. It's not the same plant, but it's close. Thank you so much for that. Anyway. The sneaking's great, always at the end of the day. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Tomorrow and tonight. Tomorrow and tonight. Oh, yeah. Oh, all right. It never gets the play that it deserves. Anyway, I'm going to put K up as our big pick of the day. There's our girl having a big ass yawn, and that's what makes Sunday go round. Guys, thanks so much for coming around to the early show. I'm gonna get all suited up and get ready for my niece-in-law's confirmation. And thanks so much for a beautiful day. It's Sunday, so I don't say the usual thing, but go in peace to love and serve the bash. This is iBashers. I'll probably see you tomorrow on Watch Fashion Police, and I'll be back on Tuesday. And hopefully everything will get sorted out with the computer stuff. But go in peace to love and serve the bash. Here's Kay.